And we saw a lot here on the Ocean Course. Some good golf, some bad golf, and everything in between. Name, image, and likeness. Learn it, live it, love it. Those three little words are at the forefront of college sports today. It is music to my ears. College football is indeed back tonight, and you could not ask for a better opening night matchup. Do you smell that scent in the air? That is the smell of optimism. Displaced from its traditional home at the North Charleston Coliseum, the Stingers have turned this tiny rink into the ultimate home ice advantage. On his first professional snap, he took a sack. Even the first overall pick is not immune to an NFL defensive lineman. Bow down to Dawn Staley and the South Carolina women's basketball team. After years of gut-wrenching losses, the top-ranked Gamecocks finally get the win they so desperately wanted. Well, in 2021, anything is possible, and if you're a fan of chaos, consider your wish granted. His back-and-forth Twitter feud with Bryson DeChambeau is the equivalent of a social media gold mine. Sweeping a series in baseball is no easy task, much less when a series lasts 6 games. When asked what's the last thing he's going to tell his team before taking the field tonight, Charpia told me, be who we are, be ourselves, and play for each other. South Carolina spent the entire last week on cloud 9. The Gamecocks still savoring that big win over number 3 Georgia. There's one hole on every course that gives golfers nightmares. Here at the Country Club of Charleston, that would be the par 311. This one got out of hand rather quickly, with Clemson putting on a 52-3 Demon Deacon beatdown on senior day. During a rain delay at the 5 o'clock hour, we had a lightning strike that came pretty close to the fairway. Check this out, this tree right here on the 18th hole.
I'm always striving to be elite. We talk about our process. I always talk about giving the guy honor and effort with the guy honor and attitude.
Autry Denson is a competitor by nature, a spirit that led the Charleston Southern head coach to a career in football.
He working the evening over.
He knows the best teams are constructed with pieces big and small, much like the trophies that stand in his office. But among the various memorabilia sits a different type of collector's item, one he constructed with his own 2 hands.
I think Lego is right on par with what we do as a football ministry. So I actually...
When times get tough, the 44-year-old turns to Legos. The children's toy provided entertainment for nearly 90 years.
I'm like the biggest kid in any room that I'm in. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but I just enjoy having fun.
His days as a Lego master date back to his youth and holidays with large family gatherings.
And we'd have big bags of Lego, and I'm talking about 10 plus grandchildren just sitting there, just being creative, playing together, not fighting.
Years later, Denson is still tinkering away and now shares his love of these little tiny blocks with his own family.
It's always cool to get them away from their cell phones, especially nowadays when they attach to their cell phones. I'm thankful that our children actually still look forward to it, and that's something that we hope that they continue to value when they become parents.
There comes a time when kids phase out of Legos and move on to the next hot new toy. But Denson says there is no age limit for creativity and fun.
I refuse to not have fun in everything. And so Lego is an extension of fun, so sign me up for it.
And in this era where people are more cognizant of their mental health, Denson says he's never ashamed to unbox, unwind, and let his imagination do the rest.
It definitely is therapeutic, and I've always just been very aware of when I need breaks and, giving myself time to kind of come up for air. It gives me a chance to challenge myself mentally, and more importantly, it's something else that I've done, right, to completion. And so it's a part of my process.
Part of that process is also taking heat from his players.
They really wish that they had the courage to play with Lego at my age. And so I tell them, hey, come on into the office. You don't have to be ashamed. The door will be open. And just come in and sit down with Coach, and we can do some Lego together.
Building Legos and constructing better men, one piece at a time, brick by brick. Reporting for Live 5 News, I'm Justin Biegel.
I loved it. First practice, loved it.
Jessie Kemp isn't your typical high school athlete.
She's dead set on competing. She's got spunk. She's fiery. Kind of made a memorable impression on me pretty quick.
When the James Island sophomore failed to make the volleyball team this fall, she began searching for a new hobby. That led her here to the Trojan Wrestling Room. And like a shoe, it was the perfect fit.
She picked the guy up and slammed him straight on his head. And I was like, we got something here.
Get it, Jesse! Get it!
In 4 short months, Kemp jumped from rookie to state champion.
I definitely worked hard to get there. I mean, being a girl just has a huge impact.
It broke the barrier, but from then on, she was our varsity 113 pounder. You know, it didn't really turn into there's a woman still, or a female wrestling in the sport. That's our 113 pounder. Let's, get ready to work.
Yet at times, she still has to prove those doubters wrong.
Go Jesse!
Sometimes they're like, you? I don't think so.
She demanded her respect and got it quick.
I couldn't imagine James Island wrestling without her at this point.
Kem still has 2 more years left to solidify her legacy here at James Island, but she doesn't plan on ending her wrestling career on graduation day.
I definitely will wrestle in college if I get a scholarship.
She's earning that. I hope she gives me tickets and I can come see it. I mean, that's all I'm asking for.
And I think she could really elevate the women's wrestling to a new level. If you're looking for a girl who's nasty at 113, you got one.
Good job!
But in the meantime, she has her sights set on winning 2 more titles and serving as an icon to little girls all across the country.
If I put my mind to it, I'll definitely get something done.
She's going to be definitely a legend around here for a long time to come. People are walking by in the trophy case, they see her and they're like, oh, yeah, that's Jessie Kemp right there. Remember watching her wrestle.
In James Island, Justin Biegel, Live 5 Sports.